May I proceed?
Yes, you may.
May it please the court, opposing counsel, members of the jury. They took chances with a child's life. I want you to imagine a father in the middle of a job interview. His tie is straight, his resume is polished, his answers prepared. But in the middle of that interview, he finds out that his 2-year-old son is at the hospital, that something is wrong. So of course, he drops everything. He jumps into the car, drives straight to the hospital, bursts through those doors, asks what happened, what went wrong, what can I do? The doctors tell him to wait. So that's what he does. He waits. Seconds turn into minutes, turn into hours. And when the doctor finally comes out, pulls him aside, she tells him the words that no parent should ever have to hear. We did everything we could. They didn't make it. Now, while I was asking you to imagine that story, there is one person in this courtroom who doesn't have to imagine a thing. Because that is exactly what happened to Andy Davis after his son Joey swallowed princess beads. Now, as the plaintiff in today's case, we bear a burden of proof. We have to prove our case by what's called a preponderance of the evidence, simply meaning more likely than not. Now, as the judge will instruct you later, we have to prove that the defendant, Happy Land Toy Corporation, breached their duty of care by failing to create a safe product, those princess beads that I just mentioned. In addition, we have to prove that the princess beads caused Joey harm. And rest assured, today we will meet that burden by showing you the chances that this defendant took. First, you're going to hear from Mr. Andy Davis himself. And he's going to tell you that when Joey was growing up, he was a bright, lively, energetic young boy. But just 1 week after he brought those princess beads into his home, his son was dead. And our next witness will tell you that those two things are no coincidence, because you're going to hear from Joey's treating physician on the day that he died, Dr. Chase Touchmont. And she's going to tell you how this 2-year-old boy spent the final hours of his life. Dizzy, disoriented, nauseous and vomiting, arms and legs shaking until he falls into a coma and never wakes up. The evidence will show that the poison in this boy's body was the same poison on the defendant's product. And finally, you're going to hear from a man named Tristan Frost, an undercover reporter who was working at Happy Land Toy Company while they were making this product. And he's going to show you a number of emails from Happy Land executives, emails that go all the way to the top. And the evidence will show that this corporation knew about the chances they were taking. And so will you, because members of the jury, you're going to be given the opportunity to read these emails, to have all the information that this corporation did, to see the dangers they ignored, to see the corners they cut, members of the jury, to see the chances that they took. which is why at the end of today's trial, my co-counsel Patrick Diamond will come before you and ask that you find the defendant liable. Because when it comes to a child's life, members of the jury, you can't take chances. Thank you.